great thing for them. So I feel like they're going to run it up. But Arsenal, GBG, Get Back Gang. This was a game that was interesting. There was a lot of like bad blood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
all week it was
animosity.
Arteta versus Emery. Arteta versus Emery. Who's there?
Did you see what Villa did?
They heard the chat.
Did you see what Villa did? So in their stadium, their new walkway, they had their European trophy.
Is it?
In the walkway.
Work.
In the walkway.
Nasty.
No, they said, yeah, we're back in all black. Right in the middle.
And then
Watkins should have won. Watkins had 2 golden opportunities.
Speak on it.
2 golden opportunities, but I mean the second one, especially as in is you got to
first one.
Okay, yeah, true.
The
You're right.
first one was worse. I thought the
You're
second
right.
one at least. Raya had some great reflexes.
Yeah, I was about to say Raya did well, yeah.
Credit to him as well, incredible save. But I thought the first one, I'm like, oh my god, how did you actually miss that? And I know a commentator tried to say it came off his other foot. I was like,
you have to score.
We ain't hearing that, bro. That is a horrendous miss.
Two poor misses, but then Arsenal still got to stay in the game. You know what I mean? I think Villa. I think they had good performances. I thought Torres played well. I think
say his name.
I think what's his name?
Say his
name.
I think Onana played well.
Say his name.
Rogers.
There we go.
Rogers played very well.
Remember last season when I said
played-
Wharton, the
man.
Championship boys in
We bought
January?
our stocks early.
He played very, very well. You know what I mean? So I think Aston Villa were unlucky in that game, but Arsenal have still got to get through it. You know what I mean? They still got to find a moment.
Yeah.
And you're looking at Trossard, who's just the ultimate come off the bench and score goals. His game is simple. He scores goals. That's all it is.
Can I ask you a question?
I mean, he's like their new Freddie Ljungberg.
I can't lie to you.
Does he have to start over?
I mean,
What?
a lot of-
That's not even. I'm sorry. That's not even a question. That is a. Did you see the celebration?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Do you know what that celebration says?
Respect me.
Why the hell is that Brazilian duck out there in front of me? For what reason? Last season in the second half, who turned up? When you needed clutch moment and you needed goals, who turned up? Trossard. Now new season comes in. What is it? Let's restore our faith back in Martinelli. He's magically going to come back this season. What? I've been here. I've been doing it. So honestly, I don't know what more this guy has to do, but I think it's maybe he doesn't have the big name. He's not, at that age where it's like he's got that new shiny toy syndrome. He's nearly 30. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, bro, that left wing position should be his.
Yeah.
Forget about signings. Forget about Martinelli. Martinelli needs to earn his spot back. That guy has done nothing in the past 18 months to warrant an automatic start in that spot. I'm sorry. What are we doing here?
The problem is that Arsenal fans, they're always in your mentions when you're talking about it, is that they'll say that when Trossard starts, and I understand when he starts, maybe it's not as good. You know what I mean? Maybe his impact isn't as much as when he doesn't start.
Why is he not given the leeway? Why is it when Martinelli can drop stinker after stinker after stinker?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll come back. Don't worry. Martinelli, when we sign a left centre mid, soon he'll be able to link up one. But there's no leeway given to Trossard. He drops a bad 45 minutes. Get him off.
Yeah.
But every game he gets subbed on, he's bailing you out. Give it a rest, bro. Give him the left wing position. He has earned it at this point.
Also, third, with what you're saying, right? Doesn't that mean that they have a redundant position if you're playing someone that you're saying his performances are not getting any better and you're waiting to make the substitution? Doesn't that mean that they should be looking in the market to rectify that?
I mean, Arteta said that if something comes available, they'll look for it. You know what I mean? They'll look for it. So we'll see. We spoke about it last season. We spoke about it last episode. You know what I mean? That about in the market. So I don't even really want to say too much about the market. But he said that he'll explore it. But the thing is, this is what Arsenal tend to do. Arsenal still find a way of winning these games.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey ends up scoring. Trossard scores.
Odegaard should have scored.
Odegaard should have scored. Do you know what I mean? Saka had a good opportunity, but Martinez had a mad save. Yeah. Arsenal still find ways of winning these games. And going away to Villa Park, a lot of people are saying, Declan Rice maybe not in that role, and maybe where he's redundant now in that role, blah, blah, blah. In that role that Arsenal have been playing, I think they've won 18 out of their 20 games, and they've scored at a crazy rate as well. So I'm not saying that's exactly the role he should play. If Moreno comes in, maybe Rice will drop back in the 6, but going away to somewhere like Villa Park and getting 3 points, listen, when my team go to Villa Park, I'm worried about what might happen. You know what I mean? It's the reality. So for them to go out there and get the result, it's a big thing. Villa Park is not a weak stadium, but I want to talk about a player. I want to talk about William Saliba, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I just read a super chat quickly whilst we do that? So we've got a super chat from Aaron Paul K, which says William Saliba is the best centre half in the league. Discuss.
Yeah, but I think that's obvious. I've said
He didn't
that.
say it's
You
Van
know,
Dijk, though. He said Van Dijk's the best.
Who
in the
said
world.
that?
I think Saliba was saying
I've
something.
always maintained.
Yeah, I mean,
Van Dijk.
you're not. He's not going to say that these players aren't going to say themselves. It's not the NBA where they'll be out of me. They don't do that in this league. You know what I mean? Who do you think is?
I'd say Van Dijk for me.
Van Dijk.
I still listen. I agree. I think Saliba's gaining on it. I think that recovery tackle at the end, that shit
Yeah.
gets you going. But
Let's run a
listen,
poll actually, if we can do a
it's-
poll production and who
Look,
people think is the best centre half in the league.
I think it's Saliba. I think it's Saliba. I think Saliba is unbelievable, bro. He's an unbelievable centre half. Like, what can't he do? Do you know what I mean? What can't he do? Like, the guy's nearly a perfect centre half, and Van Dijk was that at his best. Whatever, nearly a perfect centre half. I think Saliba's like that too. You know what I mean? He can do the recovery. He can win the first ball. He can sweep. He can get on the ball. He can make a good pass. He can drive out of the back. He can turn out.
Yeah.
The guy is a complete player. And the age that he's doing this, did he just turn 23?
I think that's
He just
the thing.
turned
I think
23.
that's the
This
thing
guy
he has
is
on his side.
unbelievable, bro.
In terms of his age, I think people are still can see the upside and can see he probably will surpass Van Dijk. But I think right now, I don't want to almost crown him like that just yet.
Well, it's
No.
three. This
For
is
me,
going to be his third season in
I
the
get
Premier
it.
League
I
after coming off a
completely-
young player of the
Virgil van
year
Dijk
in
had
League.
an incredible year last year as well. And I
Not on
won't have that
Saliba's
overlooked.
level.
You're saying that Van Dijk has to drop off from his standards. What if Saliba's standards improve immensely and then it's beyond? Because
Saliba's standards are high right now, unless he's going to be.
There's nothing he can do.
Because
There's nothing he can
because
do.
for
He's
me,
nothing
because
he
for
can
me,
do.
I think that's where it gets.
What do you mean there's nothing he can do?
That's
Of course
what you were
he can do.
saying. Because he just said if his standard continues to rise immensely,
How much
there's
more
nothing
can
he
it go?
do. So that means you're saying that he's at the top of the game.
I'm
So you
saying-
think Van Dijk is?
I think Van Dijk pretty much, for me, is the best defender in the world. That's what I've said.
Well,
I've maintained that.
hold on. You said Antonio.
No,
Rudiger,
sorry,
don't
Rudiger.
you?
Yeah, let me not lie. Rudiger actually, but in the Premier League,
There was a few-
I've got-
there was a
I've
few
got Van Dijk
comments
number
here,
one,
obviously,
and
that-
he's been number one.
to not go away from this, but people are mentioning people. I'm saying it only because you're a Spurs fan. People are mentioning like a lot of comments in here is that he's not a pure defender. Why is no one talking about Romero and stuff like that? Like
What?
how I know. I'm just bringing it
Now,
up because obviously it's Spurs.
Tottenham after this, man. Don't worry. Let's stick
But
to
like
Arsenal.
also as well, I feel like Gabriel sort of performances aren't mentioned. This is not the place for it.
Agreed.
But I feel like the fact
But
that the
he,
partnership-
he lost the ball in some.
Yeah, I know.
He was
He was doing some mad.
he's
He was
not-
doing some mad stuff. But like, I feel like just as far as a duo goes, those two complement each other, and I feel like the longer they stay together, and that team keeps building. And you've got to remember, Arsenal's team is not built on them. They score goals, but it's built on them being a defensive unit. I think Saliba's only going to continue to look better and better and better. The guy is immense. He celebrates tackles like they're goals. He on the ball, he's immense. His recovery is immense. For me, it's like Saliba.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Say all those things about Virgil as well.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like for me,
saying.
he's chasing the ghost of Virgil.
Although keep chasing, big man. Keep chasing.
We got a
That-
super chat here from Rizwan Khan, which says Saliba's a core reason for why Arsenal can even compete. Don't forget, Arsenal went from 5th to 2nd in Saliba's first season and fell apart without him.
Sorry, they say
Enjoy him while
Saliba.
you
They
can,
think
lads.
Saliba is just a commoner, fam. that guy is not normal, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Arsenal, one of those teams where they needed to get back on Villa. They got it. The fans are screaming, listen, I can't wait for them to come at Emirates so we can get back again. I think Arsenal's season, I said it last week, they're now at a place where I think the teams that are not in the top 6, you can almost guarantee that they're going to
They're
beat
saying
them.
Virgil on the Carabao last season.